Okay, tonight I'm going to be making some sloppy joes using lentils instead of ground beef, and I'm basically going to be doing the Pioneer Woman's recipe for sloppy joes with a few changes here and there just to fit the tastes of our family. Alright, to start off with, I have some butter in the pot here, and I've got some onions that I've cut up pretty small, and I'm going to be browning those before I add my lentils. Okay, once the onions are translucent, I'm just adding the lentils, and then I'm going to be adding some of the chicken broth to cover this. You could use vegetable stock too if you wanted to not have this be, well, I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure if you can make this vegan, but if you want it to be vegetarian, I guess, you could do it with the vegetable stock instead of the chicken stock. Alright, her recipe calls for green bell peppers, but I don't have any. I have some diced pimentos that I keep in the pantry, so I'm just going to be adding the pimentos to the beans. Alright, I've added about 3 cups of liquid to this, and I'm just going to simmer it. If it starts to dry out as I'm working with it, I'll add a little bit more liquid, but I just wanted to fill it up over the tops of the lentils. Her recipe calls for ketchup, but I'm going to use tomato paste instead. I'm not a huge fan of ketchup. I'm just going to add some minced garlic. She wants 5 cloves, but I don't think I'm going to use quite that many. Alright, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. One of them's already fallen down below the surface there. There it goes. Okay, I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of chili powder. She calls for 2 teaspoons, but I've got little ones that don't like too much spice, so I'm just going to be adding the 1. And I'm actually going to be leaving out the red pepper flakes and the Tabasco sauce too. Okay, I'm going to be adding a half a teaspoon of ground mustard. I think she called for a full teaspoon, but I'm doing half a teaspoon. And then I'm just going to dash in some Worcestershire sauce here. Okay, now this is really simmering, so I'm going to probably add another cup of liquid to it and let it simmer on the stove for probably another 20 minutes or so. Alright, this is cooked down to about the consistency I want it to. So I'm just going to let this cool down. I've turned off the heat, and I'm just going to push it to the side while I get the buns ready. So I'm just using these onion buns from Oro Wheat. And I really like these with the sloppy joes. They've got a nice flavor to them. I'm just going to be adding a little bit of butter to the tops of these. You can also season the buns if you want to, but I'm just going to leave them as is because I think they have enough seasoning in the bun. Okay, the buns came out of the oven and they're all nice and toasty. I'm just going to add the sloppy joe mix and some cheese. So there's the sloppy joe. Going to be adding just a slice of provolone cheese to the top of it. Okay, so here it is all done. We're serving it with some tortilla chips and a side salad, and then you can see the cheese is melting and getting all gooey. So that's it. That's the lentil sloppy joes. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up.